Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another, well, it's not Coach's Corner this time, it's Judge's Corner. And I may introduce Mr. Chris Talbot, Jim Rees, Dirk Venter, all here to chat a little bit. We have completed 5 rounds on Friday at the Shamrock Showdown 2016 here at Skydive Land. And we may continue still today, but after 5 rounds, how does it look like? Let's first say a few words about the people who are sitting here for our chatting. Chris Talbot, we know, we've seen him quite a few times at the Sunpath Products NSL News, live talks from several events. Jim Rees, one of the USBA's FAI judges, but also, of course, still a current competitor. He won the advanced class with the Dallas 350 last year. Oh, yeah. No, you went open here. You replaced actually somebody, Ron. And now he's moving again. I hear that Mass Defiance is planning a reunion. Jim, tell us a little bit. Mass comeback. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, we're going.
Nice.
So it was about 2 years ago. Ben and I were talking after getting out of the wind tunnel one day, and we were talking about the possibility of doing a team thing in 2015. And I said, "No, I don't think I could do that." I was like, had a bunch of things already on my calendar, and it wasn't going to work out. But I just volunteered at that point. It's like, "But I do 2016," and he was like, "Really, really?" So the wheels started turning, and the plans were made, and made sure we got it together for this year. So as of last week, we had our introductory dinner to kind of sort out the season, and we're going to do about 100 jumps and some number of hours in the 12-foot tunnel in New Hampshire.
And we have another Mass Defiance member actually here competing at the Shamrock.
Yeah, Ben's here on the Turbo 2.0 team.
Ben Liston, that is.
Yep.
The other guys are in the preparations. Okay, there's Jim Rees now coming back for speed now, attacking the USBA medals this year, next year. Dirk, you used to be actually only the in-time inventor and manager and administrator and all that kind of stuff, but you're almost competing at each event now where in-time is scoring.
Yes, I mean we used to compete back in South Africa in the outdoor events, and then we started the in-time system. We started selling it, and it kind of took off a lot in a lot of tunnels. And we had some interest from Claire, my girlfriend, and our ex-teammates to start up a team that we can use to get together and focus on indoor meets. And it just happened to be that also a lot of those tunnels run our software, so it worked quite nicely for us. And we got our other members for the team, Simba and Colin. We recruited Colin into the team. And yeah, so we've been doing the last year. We've been doing a lot of the indoor meets, kind of doing the circuit, and we've got our kind of end of season meet coming up next week, which is the World Challenge.
And that is Jazz Republic, right? Who were the Jazz Boys actually a few weeks ago in the Czech Republic. Well, last not least, Chris, you're back in action too, I hear.
What?
Yeah, you said you're doing 4-way next week.
Oh, I'm just here for a sandwich, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm going to do some 4-way with Ricardo Cantel and Pedro San from Brazil next week, but don't get any ideas.
No. Well, we watched you last year with great pleasure at the Paraclete XP Indoor Championship. All right, so that's enough about that. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on here at the Shamrock Showdown. What are we seeing after 5 rounds?
It is a very slow draw. That's what we're seeing. It is not. I haven't looked at the whole thing through round 10. I've been trying to keep up with what's going on today, but it's not. It's not lending itself to high scores. And there's a couple of jumps where I think 16 or maybe 19 was the high score in one round. Obviously, it was Arizona Airspeed. But yeah, it's a slow draw, and there's 3 4-way guys who are trying to judge VFS and not completely offend the sensibilities of those 2 teams that have worked so hard, being the Golden Knights and STC Core. So that's what's going on. It's like 2 rounds of torture, making sure that we don't completely screw that up, and then enjoying watching some pretty good 4-way battle. the French girls, man, they're laying it down. I think I wouldn't say there's any surprises of the meet. I mean, everyone knows the competitors, but the French girls really, and I think and Qatar, huh?
They're looking
Jim?
very good. Yes. Yeah, their discipline is impeccable. I've never seen them at this level before in 4-way.
Dirk, what's catching your attention?
Yeah, the same. Qatar for sure. But I've now seen them a couple of indoor meets, and you've seen them, in the indoor side how they've improved in the discipline and the clean jumps. But definitely, it's awesome to watch them doing well.
Airspeed with a new lineup, a new point who has never done a point slot yet. Arizona Airspeed. What do you think about the score?
Airspeed, who's that?
Mikael Markheim, point.
We just realized today that they are the U.S. national 4-way team with one American. Justin. Thomas was born in England. Thiago's Brazilian. Where's Nicholas from? Norway? I'm just kidding Nick. I know he's from Sweden. You gotta let me finish the joke. And Mikael is from Russia. Yeah.
Well, it's an immigration country, right?
It is for sure. For sure, it is representative. But they're doing good. I was talking to Thomas, and they said they just made the decision to come here, kind of not last minute, but fairly recently. So they wanted to get amongst their peers and do something. Everybody knows that the training is one thing. That static environment all day, 10 to 15 jumps, back to back. At some point on the mid camp or the latter third of the camp, the latter 2/3, you're starting to think more about the last jump of the day, and so they want to get away from that and invigorate their training a little. And I mean, certainly they're doing good. They have plenty of time between now and Chicago, and I think they'll put up a good fight.
And then there are weather holds and distractions of all kind of certain things at meets that you don't get in training. Yeah, a good point.
What kinds of distractions, Kurt?
Judges.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have judges in training.
And that's the other thing about training and the meet versus training is that in training there's no distractions, and you're able to you set your own manifest. Usually, most teams, even if it's at a weekend team, they set their own manifest and they know when they're jumping. We're here. Fly for Life has got their Fly for Life has their annual camp going on, so the time between rounds is longer than you would normally have on a training day.
So airspeed new lineup versus rhythm new lineup and turbo new lineup. What do we see there on the rhythm turbo?
I see both airspeed and rhythm. Looks like they're at a stage in their training where they're carefully building good pictures at certain stages and working on what they need to work on. I don't think this is certainly not the peak of their performance curve for the season, and I expect to see a lot more. As Turbo, I think this is a pickup team. We're not going to see them again in this lineup.
Pickup team with Martin Lemay, Canada.
He's
Ben.
actually quite okay. He's alright, huh?
He's okay, yeah. In the point slot, from center inside to point. Never done point before.
Yeah, true.
What's your slot?
I'm point now. So I used to be bottom pair, and I've moved to point. So they've allowed me into the top pair, and I'm actually enjoying it. It's quite nice. One thing I did notice, we were chatting about rhythm, and they're very conservative exits.
Yes.
Yeah.
H.
Yeah, two H's they've thrown us.
H.
Yeah.
It's like the whole.
Yeah. So that's taken up some time for some of those jumps. It's taken them time to build at this point.
All right. Well, I don't know exactly why we are on a weather hold at the moment, but you may resume and you may have to get back to work. Thank you very much for taking a little bit of time here now. And it's not beer 30 yet, but it will be soon. Thank you.